Hello, my Fluffle, which is a group of bunnies. I'm so excited that you're here this month. Welcome to the Raspberry Rabbits and our second project in our Seeds of Love series. This is our February Token of My Love heart. Isn't it pretty? I just love how this looks. So let me show you what you're going to get with this one. As just like last month, it has a little pocket on the back for you to put a chocolate or a card or some tea. And you can stuff it with lavender or with fiberfill or with anything else that you like, but you will definitely be filling it with good intentions and love to the receiver. Okay, let me show you what you're going to get in the kit. You will get printed instructions on the how to, what it looks like in color, and instructions on the back with color photos step by step printed out for you. You don't have to do any tracing. I give you the pre-printed linen. This is 100% Belgian linen, and this is the little pocket that is on the back. You even have that for you. And when you get it, you will be removing the paper backing. There's a paper backing that's on here. So you'll be taking this paper backing off. And you'll also get this piece of fusible interfacing. This is a fabric here, and this has a glue side here. So you'll peel the paper off the back of the linen, and then with your iron on a cotton setting, you're going to put the glue side down to the back of the linen, and then you're going to iron this until it sticks. Doesn't take too long, but you'll be able to do that. Then what I like to do is I like to do a little bit with my sewing machine. I call it stay stitching. And I stitch all the way around, about 1/8 of an inch around with my sewing machine around the edge of this. And that will keep it from fraying when you're stitching on it. Okay, so you get the instructions, the linen. You'll also get, because this has a back on it with linen, you'll also get another piece of 100% linen that you'll be able to use on the back. In addition, you're going to get your beautiful Valdani threads. This is a size 12 pearl cotton. Aren't these pretty? I just love these colors. I think they're so beautiful. And I even give you a size 7 embroidery needle. So I call these my Ready, Set, Stitch kits because all you have to do is open the kit and start stitching. In addition, if you need these, I also have these in my shop. This is a wonderful little pocket guide that has lots of stitches. I use the same stitches over and over again, and they're all referenced in this guide if you need that. Of course, little bunny scissors. Everybody needs some little happy embroidery bunny scissors. They're fun. This is my favorite thimble that I use. It sticks to your finger super easy. You can use it over and over again for a long time. I have those. And then if you're in need of a hoop, I use a size 5 hoop because I have a small hand. But I also offer a size 7 hoop. If you use a 7 hoop, your whole project will fit in there and you don't have to keep moving it around. But if you have a small hand like I do, you can use the 5 hoop, which is just more comfortable for me to hold. It's personal choice, so you can move this here, see your whole design fits in there and you don't have to keep moving it. Or if you need something a little more comfortable, you can use a 5-inch hoop. Okay, so those are extras that I sell. And your kit, this is last month's kit, but it comes with tied up in a pretty little ribbon like this. And that's the ribbon that you'll use to tie your heart with. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of instruction on the stitches that we use for this. This was so much fun to do. I have to tell you, I'm loving doing these. All right, so here's my design in my hoop. Let me grab my thimble. So see, just like I was telling you, this is that thimble and has a little sticky. And I keep using it over and over and over again. When it's done, it won't stick to your finger anymore. But when it starts wearing out, you can still stick it there and it'll warm up just a little bit from the heat of your finger and it'll stick. So when the heat of your finger doesn't help it stick anymore, it's time to get a new one, okay? All right, let's start out with this right here. So I'm going to use this beautiful pink color here. It's like a amethyst color actually. And I'm going to show you that I did the chain stitch around the outside of the heart. I also did a chain stitch on the pot right here. But right now I'm going to show you how I did the outline of the heart. So this is about an 18-inch piece of pearl cotton. I had some questions about if you have to use a couple different strands, like how many strands you use. You're only going to use one. A size 12 pearl cotton is comparable to 3 strands of embroidery floss. The difference is that the strands are twisted. So this is ready to go. You'll pull off about an 18-inch piece, thread it in your needle, and tie a knot. All right, so what we're going to do is stitching on the line. How easy is that? You're going to come up from the back. You're coming up on the line. And I did the outline first like this. So with a chain stitch, you come up here. I'm off that line a little bit, trying to look on an angle. But you'll come up and then you're going to take a little bite like that. So, okay, you're going right in here and you're coming up like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to wrap around just like this. And you push the needle through. Okay, there's one chain. Now you're going to come back in. You're not going in the middle. You're kind of near this far edge, but you are inside that first chain. And then you're going to come up on the line again, like that. And then you're going to wrap it and push it through, just like that. Okay? I'm going to do one more for you. So again, come back in the center there towards the one edge. You're going in the center of those threads, coming up on the line and wrapping it. And when I'm not showing people how to do this, I'm actually pretty quick at it. You'll get a rhythm and you'll be able to do it pretty quick. Okay? So that's how you're going to do a chain stitch. So I did the chain stitch all the way around the heart. And I also used the chain stitch when I did here. So when I did the chain stitch on the pot, I did across this way. And then when I did the bottom of the pot down here, I outlined it first and then I kept filling in and filling in and filling in with it. But up top, I just went back and forth with the chain stitch. Okay? All right, so that's how I did that. And then on the center, you can see on the center of the heart here, there's French knots, and then there's little French knots over here as well. Okay, so when you get all your stitching done, I do the French knots last. I do all my other stitching first and then do the French knots last. But while I'm right here and I have this thread, let me show you how to do them. Make a little knot real quick. Okay, so once you do the chain stitching on here, at each intersection like that, you'll come up on the intersection and you'll pull this up. And what I like to do, I'm going to use the edge of the table here too. So you'll come up like that and then you're going to wrap it 3 times. 1, oops, my knot came through. Hold on a minute. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, give a bigger knot. I don't have the backing on this one, so it's a little looser. There we go. Didn't tie a big enough knot. All right, try it again. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to go down. You're not in the same hole, but you're very close to it, and I'm keeping this tight. And what I do is I drag it off the edge of the table a little bit, and that helps me be able to push that needle through like that and keeping this part tight. That's the important part. You drag it all the way down and you come to there, just like that. Perfect little knot. Let's do that again. Here's another one coming up on that center point. So all of this will have been chain stitched, and then you're putting these on top of the chain stitch. 1, 2, 3. Come back in, you're just right beside it. Almost the same hole, but not quite. And again, keeping this tight. I use my thumb to keep this tight right here. And I come to the edge of my table so it's easy to drag it off and keep it tight almost to the end, and whoop, perfect little knot every time. There's your little French knot. So you'll do French knots on all those intersections, and you're going to do French knots on these little bud places here. Okay? So there's the chain stitch and the French knot. All right, let's go to the next one. Grab the green. Okay, so here's the green. So on the green, you're going to back stitch the vine going around. You're going to use little back stitches to fill in the small leaves, and you're going to use little back stitches to fill in the big leaves. So let me show you how I did that. So back stitching is really easy. This is how I do it. You're going to, again, we're stitching on the line, super easy. Comes pre-printed for you. So you're going to come up and you're going to go down. Just like that. And you'll find a rhythm. I've been doing this for a long time and I end up finding a rhythm and keeping my stitches straight and even. You come up and then you're going back into that same hole. That previous hole right there. Just like that, okay? So again, come up on the line and go back into the previous hole. So up and down, up and down. Now some people, they can come up, they're good at coming up like that. And they go into the previous hole and then they come forward a little bit. And that's how they do it. I've never been good at doing that. I can't keep my stitches straight and even when I do that, so I just do one at a time. But if you can do it like this, that's wonderful. Go ahead and do that way. All right, then when you get to, let's get up here. When you get to the small leaf right here, first you'll do an outline stitch around it. So same thing, you're going to outline with back stitches just as we did there. But then you'll come into the center and then you'll just use a series of back stitches to fill it in. And that's all you have to do. It's a series of back stitches that will fill it in. Okay? That's all I do. So this is what that looks like. Little back stitches. And I did the same thing here. I came up, I used back stitches to outline it first, and then I use little back stitches to fill it in. Okay, I'm going to show you now how to do this flower. Get that off of there. Let's go back to the pink thread. Give myself another little knot. And if you look at my video below and subscribe to my channel, The Raspberry Rabbits, you can see another video on how I tie a knot. All right, when we do these flowers right here, you're going to come up at this center point first. And then you're going to go to the tip of that flower, just like that. So you're in the center. And then what you're going to do is you're going to follow the line and you're coming up and then you're going back to the top, like that. Okay, and then again, coming here and going back to the top. Okay, so you'll follow that doing the top part of the bud right there, top part of the flower. And then you'll come over here and you're going to do the sides the same way. You're going to start there and you're going to come over to this point right here. And then you do the same thing. You're just following the line, and this is a satin stitch. And you're just doing the satin stitch to fill in the flower with these long stitch lengths. So I use these different stitches like that, the filling in stitch, back stitches here, and then these long stitches so that it gives a different dimension to it and it doesn't look all flat and the same. Okay? All right, so there's how to do that. And then when you're done, just like the instructions will tell you, right here, here's the instructions. It's going to show you that you're going to cut it out on the line. And here's the rest of the instructions for putting it together. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. This is our Token of My Love, the second heart in our Seeds of Love series. And again, you can put little goodies and treats in here for anyone. It makes a nice gift. They're super fun to do. And you can get everything at my website, theraspberryrabbits.com. And also subscribe below to our channel. I would love that. And I'm also on Facebook and Instagram, all under the Raspberry Rabbits. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks and love to you, my Fluffle. Bye.